That's fine. Let me record from my side and let me share the screen. Right? Okay, fine. So if I refresh it, I can see the employee table, right? How many tables I can see once I refresh this? How many tables?
Three tables.
3 tables. Okay, let me refresh it now. Okay, so where is my third table? Employee one.
Oh,
System database, sir.
Hmm?
Intelligent system database.
Who is that?
Bhaskar.
Bhaskar. Okay, very good. Okay, so again you have to remember one thing, guys. Here I have created three tables, right? One is student table using GUI option. Second one is employee table using query method, and one more table I have created, employee one. But why I can see only employee and student table here? You have to remember very important thing, very important thing. Again, if you are writing in any notes, just put a star mark. Whenever you are writing any query, whenever you are executing any query, check on what database it is executing. Okay, check on what database it is executing. You can see here, or else you can see under here, master database. Okay, I just run this query on master database. I just run this query on master database. So that's why you cannot see the table in the sales database. You can see in the master database. Okay, you can see in the master database. Again, very important thing. Again, very important thing. Whenever you are executing any query, make sure on what database you are executing that query. Lot of people did lot of mistakes and they lose their jobs with this small mistake. Why? Because customer will ask us to create a table in one database, but by mistake you will select one more database here, another database here. You will simply run the query, and this won't create any issue. Simply it is going to create in the master database. Whatever database you have selected here, it will be created in the database. Imagine this is a create statement. Imagine if it is a delete statement or drop statement. You have to drop a table from one database. Instead of that, you just write a query drop table name. What is the query to drop a table? Drop means delete. Okay, drop table employee one. Okay, imagine you have to drop this table from master database. Okay, customer is asking to delete the table from the master database, but the same table is there in the sales database also. Imagine there is no table sales in the sales table, employee one is not there, but imagine employee one table is there in the master database, employee one table is there in the sales database also. Now you simply just run this query, particularly you just run this query. Now on what database it is going to run? On master database it is going to run. Which database you have selected here? Okay, automatically this query will run on that particular database. If you want to change the database, you want to run this on sales database, change it to sales database like this. Be careful while executing any query. If it is a create statement and all, okay, somehow we can, okay, we can do some alternatives to fix the issue. But imagine if it is a delete statement. Instead of deleting a table from one database, you just delete it from another database. How you are going to recover now? There is no way. Simply you are going to lose your job. So again, don't think this is a very small thing, but you have to be very careful on what database I am running this query. Either a select query, either an insert query, either an update query, either a delete query, either anything. Before executing the query, the one thing you have to consider is on what database this query is going to execute. Okay, you have to check here, or else you can check here also. Okay, you can check here also. It will show you the table database name on what database you are doing anything. So in that way, okay, you have to be very careful in running the scripts and executing the scripts and all. Okay, you can change the database using like this drop down. Imagine if you have hundreds of databases, it will be difficult, right, to change. So there is a query for that also. What is the query? use database name. Use in case you want to change this to master. Okay, you can mention this query, use database name. If you run it, see here, now it is showing sales, right? If you execute this query, now sales become master. Why? Because we just mentioned use database name, so the connection will be changed from sales to master. Now you want to change it back, use sales. Okay, now it is going to change it to sales. Okay, select it. See, if you here we have three queries actually. Okay, but you want to run only this query, select like this and run it. If you don't select anything, if you run it, three will be executed. Okay, if you don't select anything, if you run it, three will be executed. Now tell me what is the output if I run this all three commands. Now tell me what is the output. Now tell me what is the output. Now you are going to run these three queries. Now tell me what will be the output. I want output. Three outputs will come here. I need all the three outputs. First thing what you are going to see if you run this one.
It will create a table in master.
Is it? Are you sure?
Already the table exists in master.
Very good. So once you run this query, say for example, if I don't choose anything, if I don't select any line, if I run it execute button, all these three will be executed. So as this is already there, employee one table is already there in the master. For this, it will throw error like table existed. Then master will be changed to sales database using this one. Then again, if you run it, again it will throw error. There is no employee one table in the sales database. Right? Let me see. Let me run this now. If you want to check it, you can check it. Okay. There is already an object named employee one in the database. Okay. So here itself it was stopped. Okay, it throws error, right? Here itself it was stopped and it doesn't run. Okay, let me just include go here. Okay, let me include go here. Now check it. Okay, check the master database here. Now check it. Okay, so there is already an object employee one in the database. Next go. Okay, next it ran this query, master change it to sales. Next immediately it ran this query. Okay, cannot drop the table employee because it does not exist or you don't have permissions. Okay, so you have to be very careful. Even though you can see the big script, don't simply click on the execute button. Whatever you want to execute, just simply choose that line and execute it. In case if you want to execute the whole script, you can simply execute it, no issues. But while executing the scripts, you have to be very careful. Two things especially: on what database you're executing the script, one thing, and again what part of the script you want to execute, the whole script or any part of the script you want to execute. These two things you have to be very careful when dealing with the scripts. Clear? Any issues, any doubts? Right? Fine. Now I want to read the data in the table. How to read the data in any table? There is a query for that. What is that query? Select star from table name. Okay, select star from table name. What is the table name? My table name is employee. In the sales table, employee, right? Employee. Right. So in the sales database, I have a table called employee. Let me check again. EMPLOYE. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Now, if I run this query, okay, then I can see the table here. This is the table. Why it is not showing anything? Why? Because this is an empty table. We haven't inserted any values. This is just an empty table. Select will use to read the data, guys. Create will use to create the object. Select will use to read the data. How you are going to read the data? Using select keyword we are going to read the data from any table. What is this star? Star means what? Can anyone tell me what is the star? Meaning of the star? Sorry? Someone is talking, but their voice is too low. Unable to hear. Can anyone hear what she's saying?
All, sir.
All means what? All means what?
Entire
all?
data.
Sorry?
Entire
Entire means
data from employee.
entire data. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, star means all the columns. You have to be very careful. Not all the records, all the columns. Of course, if you cover all the columns, automatically all the records will come, right? So simply star means what? Select star from means all the columns I am going to read it. Okay, select star. Star means all the columns. In case in the table we have 3 columns, all the 3 columns it is going to display in the output. 300 columns, all the 300 columns it is going to display in the output. Okay, so using this select keyword, we are going to read the tables. Select keyword will be helpful for reading the table. Okay, how to read the table? What is the query? Select what columns you want to read. All columns I want to read. From which object? From table name, from employee. Select star from table name. Here the table name is employee. Now can anyone tell me how to read the sales table? What is the query to read the sales table? What is the query
Maybe.
to read the sales table?
We
Select
select
star from
star
sales.
from sales.
Sales. That's it. Select star from, you have to simply replace the table name with the sales. Okay. Select star from sales will help you to read the data from the sales table. Okay. So in our case, there is no data inside the table, right? So you can see table is there, but there is no data. Let's insert some values in this table. How to insert the values? You can use insert query. Insert into, in what table we want to insert? In the employee table. Insert into table name. What you want to insert? We want to insert some values. Okay, right now open the braces. First column is employee number, right? So I'll give 1. Next column is employee name, right? Something like Suresh. See here, whenever you are mentioning a string, a character data, just keep it in a single quotes. Close it. You have to mention character data like this. Okay, you have to mention character data like this. Why like this? If you give simply like this, okay, K, imagine K Suresh. Okay, now you want to mention like this, K Suresh. Right. So it will treat this as one separate entity and it will treat this as a separate entity. 2 separate entities are there. So it will simply throw the error. Okay, so what it will do? It will treat K as a employee name and it will treat the Suresh as a employee salary. So employee salary, actually it has to expect a money, a number here, but you are giving a string. So simply it will throw the error. Okay, data mismatch, data type mismatch error you will get. So that's why anything. So in case you want to mention a character type of data, you have to simply mention in the single quotes. Okay, now what is the third column? Salary. Okay, salary. What I'll do? Imagine I'll give 30,000 to Suresh. Okay, right. Close the braces. This is how we can insert the data inside any table. Okay, insert into table name. What you want to insert? I want to insert values. Okay, how many columns are there? 3 columns are there. You have to provide 3 values. In case if you just provide 2 values, it won't allow us. Instead of 3 values, you are giving 2 values. Okay, that means what? It will throw the error like the columns are not matching with the table definition. It is expecting 3 values, but you are giving 2 values, so it will throw the error. So simply let me run this query now. Okay, now if I run this query, you can see 1 row affected means, okay, 1 row inserted. 1 row affected means what? one row inserted. Simply it will throw you, in case if you insert a record one, it will shows you one row affected. If you delete a record also, it will shows you one row affected. Means either insert or delete, one row is affected, right? So that's why you can see one row affected. You don't see one row inserted. One row affected means changed. Right, now again let me run this query. I want to see that particular one row. Okay, now you can see, right? First record K Suresh and his salary is 30,000. As you gave the money, even though you gave 30,000, as you gave the money data type, it just added remaining 2 decimals, 00 paisa. Right, now can anyone help me? I want to insert a second record, okay, with something like what we can go for, something right, Prabhas. You want to insert a record of Prabhas. Now tell me what is the query to insert a record Prabhas with 50,000 salary. I want to insert one record Prabhas. His name is Prabhas. Now what is the query to insert that particular record inside the table? What is the query, guys? What is the query to insert Prabhas record inside the table?
Set into the
He
employee
said
value
into
to
employee
Prabhas
value.
50,000.
To
Now in bracket 2,
Hmm.
comma,
Hmm.
Prabhas,
K
comma,
Suresh press
50,000.
Prabhas
Okay,
30,000 press 50,000.
that's it. Okay, so insert into, okay,
Two.
you can go for two second
Yes.
record and you can go for Prabhas. Okay, right, and I'm going to change it to 50,000, right? So in this way you can insert the second record. Now if you see here, there are two records are there. Okay, Prabha. So in this way you can insert the values. Can I run this query again? Same record. Can I run it again? Is it going to be
No, sir.
successful or it will throw error?
No, no.
It will throw error. I need responses from everyone. Is it going to be successful?
Yes, you can run it, sir. Yes.
It won't throw any error.
It will say,
Show the error.
it will say new
Error. It will throw
table
the error.
affected.
Okay, so let me run it. Okay, I'm not changing any value. It won't throw any error. Okay, it
One
will
row
be
affected.
succeeded. Why? Because, okay, why it won't throw any error? Why? Because usually in case you don't want to insert duplicate values, you have to create a primary key on the table. As we haven't created any primary key on the table, so it will allow the duplicates. Okay, so by default a table will allow duplicates values. Now if you see how many records will be there, 1 or 2 or 3, how many records will be there now?
3.
3 records will be there. So if you see,
To the record,
3
yeah.
records will be there. Okay, so usually by default it will allow duplicates. By default it will allow duplicates. In case you don't want to, okay, allow duplicates in the table, you can mention, okay, sorry about that, you can mention a primary key. You have to create a primary key, okay, so that it won't allow Prabhas. Okay, so you have to change the number. You can give Prabha 50,000, no problem. Okay, but at least you have to change one column based on the primary key. If you create primary key on the employee ID, you have to change 2 to 3 or some other number. The same data shouldn't be accepted. 2 is already there, right? So if you create primary key on the employee number won't be duplicated. That's it. Remaining other things can be duplicated. A person can have multiple employees, can earn 50,000 in the company, right? No, he's already earning 50,000. I don't give you 50,000, nothing like that, right? So on what column you are creating a primary key? In case you create a primary key on the employee number won't be duplicated. You cannot create one more second record with the same second employee number. Clear? Any issues, any doubts here, please?
No.
Right, fine, right? So fine. Let me, what we can do now, let me filter the data. Right, you are
Sir, a
doing,
small doubt.
yes.
Starting, you have created employee table.
Yes. Yes.
Next again, you have created one more table in the name of employee one.
Yes.
How it comes, sir? Why means I also could do the same work, but
Okay.
it's not created. It is saying there's already the server already the data table name is entered like the same.
Already.
ఆల్రెడీ మీరు సేవ్ చేసే పెట్టిన నేమ్ ఇంకోటి ఉంది అని చెప్పి క్లియర్ మెన్షన్ చేస్తాను. మీకు ఎలా వచ్చిందని చెప్పి నా డౌట్.
So here you didn't followed one thing. You just missed one thing. Okay. So
Okay.
employee one I have created in another database, not in the same database.
ఓకే ఓకే సార్.
We have already got the same error. We got the
Okay,
same error in our class. The table is already existed.
ఓకే
Okay.
సార్ ఓకే సార్.
Again, you can do practice later. First, please listen the class. Okay. If you concentrate on the practice, then you will miss these things. Whatever we have discussed, the same thing you are asking again. No problem. You can do practice.
Okay,
You will have 4 weekdays to practice. 4 into 24, 96 hours to practice. Okay. Fine. So as of
Okay,
now, please listen the class. Then after that, you can practice it. Right. So now while doing the shopping, online shopping, you will all have a habit of filtering the data. You are doing some clothes. You want to buy some clothes in the Ajio or Myntra, something like that. It is very difficult, right? Lot of cloths will be there with different sizes and all. Okay, so what we will do in case we want to buy some shorts? I want to buy 3/4 of shorts, 3/4 shorts. What I have to do? In case if I just type 3/4 shorts, I'll get lot of shorts. So in that there is a different size of shorts will be there. Okay, it will starts with the 16 to, okay, 30, 40, 50 shorts. Size of shorts also will be there, but I can't spend much time in filtering. I can't spend much time in searching all the shorts. What I'll do, simply I will change the, I'll just filter it. I'll just choose my size. Whatever size is there, I'm going to choose it. Okay, based on that, some items are going to be selected, right? So it is very easy to filter the data in case if you are specific with some values. If you are very clear about the data, then you can easily filter the data using the conditions, right? So in the SQL Server table also, we'll have crores and crores of records in the table. Now you want to filter the data. Okay, employees are there, 1 lakh employees are there. Now you want to filter the data. Employees belongs to Andhra, employees belongs to Hyderabad location, employees belongs to India location. Okay, so you want to filter it, or else you want to filter the data. Employees those who are earning more than 50,000, employees who are earning less than 25,000. You want to filter the data, or you want to filter the columns. I have 100 columns in my table. I just want to see 1 or 2 columns, important columns. I don't want to see all the columns. So you can filter the columns. You can filter the columns. You can filter the rows also. Okay, for that, what we are going to see, how you are going to do that in case you want to filter the data. Okay, now in this table I have 3 columns, right? Only I want to get the employee number from the employee table. How to do that? What is the query to do that? I want to get the employee number column in the whole employee table.
Select
Okay.
ENO column name
Okay.
from
Select. Okay.
ENO.
You have to mention the column name here. If you see here, star means what? All the columns, right? Star means all the columns. I don't want to read all the columns. I just want to read only a specific column. Imagine I want to read the employee number column, E number. Same, remaining everything is same from table name. Control C. Control V. Okay, select E number from table name. Means if you run this, you can only see E number. Don't think other 2 columns are deleted. No, in the 3 column table, you are just checking a single column. You are reading a single column. Now I want to read employee name from the employee table. What is the query?
Select employee name from employee table name.
Okay, simply I have to mention the column name. What column you want to read it? You have to mention that column name. Automatically it will pull only that particular employee name. Now I want to read employee name, employee name and money. I want to read employee name and money. What I have to do? What kind of query I have to write?
Select
Joshi,
employee name.
wait. Joshi, wait. We'll give chance to others. Yes, tell me. I want to read employee name and money from the employee table. What is the query for that?
Select money from employee.
Not only money, employee name and money I want.
Name. Okay.
Select employee name, employee
Name.
money from
From
Comma.
employee bank account. Huh? Okay.
Select
I'll
employee
appreciate.
name,
I'll
comma.
appreciate. Yeah.
From employee.
Okay. Fine. Okay. Thank you for that. So you have to simply mention the two columns using comma. Okay. Employee name, money. Okay. Employee name, comma, money. You have to simply mention the columns names using comma. You have to separate the each column with a comma, and remaining everything is same. Okay. Right. Select employee name, comma, money from employee, so that, okay, so it is not, why? Because money is actually a data type, a keyword, so that's why it is not allowing us. Let me write like this. We'll see whether we are going to get it or not. Money only, right? We gave employee money. Oh, sorry, not money. I'm sorry again.
Employee salary.
Salary. I'm sorry, salary. Okay. Salary. Right. Employee name, comma, salary from that. What happened? Let me check the third column. Employee salary. Okay. The third column is employee salary. Okay. Fine. So I have to mention the two column names, employee name, employee salary from table name employee. So you have to mention. So how many columns you want? Simply you have to mention the column names in the select query. 100 columns are there. You want to read only 10 columns. You have to simply mention select column 1, comma, column 2, comma, column 3, column 4, like that up to column 10 from employee table. Okay. Any questions? Any doubts here?
Sir, employee salary, if we select more than 1 lakh,
Yeah, we can do it. I'll tell you. Any other doubts? So Nagesh is asking, he want to pull the data, those who are drawing more than 1 lakh. Of course, in our table, no one is drawing more than 1 lakh. So we'll write a condition like this. So we want employees, those who are drawing more than 30,000. Okay. So we want the employee names who are drawing salary more than 30,000. How to write the query for that? How to write the query for that?
employee salary greater than 30,000.
Okay, employee salary greater than 30,000, fine. But can you tell me the full query?
Select employee name, comma, employee salary
Okay.
greater than 30,000 from employee.
Okay, that's fine. You tried. Okay, that will be great. Okay, fine. Any other queries we have? Okay, fine. Okay, so for that, what we have to do is we have to use where condition to filter the data. In case you want to filter the columns, you have to mention the column names in the select query, right? Now you want to filter the data. You want to filter the data. You want to pull the employees information, those who are drawing more than 30,000. So a specific query, you are filtering the data, not columns, right? So in such case, you have to use where condition. So let me write the where condition. select star. I want to pull all the entries of that particular employee. So select star from employee. Okay, all the columns I am going to get now, where employee salary, okay, employee salary greater than 30,000. Okay, now if you run it, okay, 3 lakhs. Okay, that's fine. Okay, this is 3 lakhs. Now if you run this, you can see there are 2 employees earning greater than 30,000. You can see here. Okay, Prabha, 2 Prabhas are there, so they are earning 50,000 each. So you can see here, in case this is a whole query, in case you want to execute part of this query, you can choose, you can select this particular query. See here, there is a meaning for this output. Okay, and there is a meaning for this output. There is a different meaning. You can see here, right? If you run this select star from employee, even though the query is select star from employee, just 1 minute, guys, just 1 minute. Right. Okay. Fine. So here, even though the query is this much query, you want to execute part of this query, you have to select till what part you want to execute. If that part is having meaning, then it is going to execute. If you choose like this, there is no meaning, right? Select star from what? Select star from. There is no meaning for this selection. In that case, you will get the error. In case there is a meaning for the selection, it is going to execute. In case if there is no meaning, it is going to throw the error. So here it is giving 3 records, 30,000, 50,000, 50,000. But if you select the whole query, it will give you only 2 records. Okay, 50,000 and 50,000. Why? Because we gave the condition like this. Right. Now I want to pull the data whose employee name is, okay, whose employee name is Suresh. What is the query for that? I want to pull all the records with employee name Suresh. Can anyone tell me the query? Sorry.
Select star from employee. Employee name is
You can write in the chart, okay? In case if you're getting echo, just write in the chart. Okay, just try it, no problem. You can try it. Okay, simply you can try it.
Select star from table name where employee name is equal to Suresh.
Very good. Okay, so employee name here in our case, simply you have to change it to e name. Okay, why? Because employee name is e name, right? Right, Bhaskar. Why you don't have record permissions? Now the meeting is going to end. Now you are asking record permissions, huh? Okay. Right. Okay, so same thing. Select star from employee where the column name is what? E name, right? So where column name, okay, e name is equal to Suresh. Again, okay, character, right? You have to mention a single quotes, then you can run it. Okay, there is no Suresh. Suresh is there, right?
K Suresh.
Okay, come on, thank you. Okay, K Suresh. So now if you run it, okay, now you can see K Suresh. Now instead of this, if I gave like this, can I get the results? In case of caps K, I'm giving a small k.
Yes.
Okay, can I get the results? Are you sure?
Yes.
No, Shinmu.
Okay, so it can understand easily case sensitive. Okay, while installation of the SQL server, the meeting is going to close now. Okay, again every 40 minutes meeting will close automatically, so you have to join immediately. Okay, I'll reopen the meeting, please join immediately.